Well, hello. This week's Time Out Tuesday is coming to you from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport. Let me tell you, this airport is definitely a step back in time. It's small. Everything is like one-stop shop. You get off your plane, you go down, there are 2 carousels to pick up your luggage. You walk about 50 feet to the rental car company and across the street pick up your car and you're ready to go. It's awesome. Right now, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and he and I think there are 4 other passengers here. It is not a busy airport, but we are here and we are planning on heading back home. The topic of today's Time Out Tuesday is surprises, because life is filled with them. Some of them we think are good, some of them we think are not so good. Some of them we like, some of them we don't. Some we wish we knew about, some we're glad it was a surprise. But it reminds me with all of them of a saying that Tim Tebow is very famous for saying, and it is this: I do not know what my future holds, but I do know who holds my future. And of course, that is God. There are no surprises to him. And so I decided to look up some verses about our future. And of course, the one that came to mind without ever looking it up is Jeremiah 29:11, which we all know. But the thing I want to point out about that verse is God doesn't say, I know the plans I have for you. He doesn't hint about it. He doesn't mention it. He declares it. Now, that's pretty serious. A declaration is definitive and serious, and that's what that verse says. But one I found that was new for me was Proverbs 16, and in that it says, in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. I'm a planner. I don't know about you. And I think most of us are. We plan what we want to happen, what we think is going to happen. But the one who is in charge of each and every one of our steps is the Lord. Now, we should take comfort in all of this. You know, the first saying that I told you from Tim made me think of little children. When we were children, or I think now of my grandchildren, if they're going somewhere with their mom or dad or their Grammy or their Poppy, they're good. They just go right ahead. Usually they take their hand and off they go. Why? Because they trust us. And that is what our relationship with God should be. If we have that kind of trust, no matter what the surprise is, no matter where it is we have to head today, we know that we can put our hand in His and He will guide us along the way. And what will happen is exactly what should happen. And if it's not so good, He is there with us. If it's wonderful, He's there with us. That is the love of the Father for us. Now, another one I found, another verse, is from Isaiah chapter 46, and it says, I make known the end from the beginning, from the earliest times, what is to come. I say that my purpose will stand, and I will do whatever I please. That's a quote from God. And what a comforting one that is. You know, He establishes and reminds us of exactly who He is. But He also tells us that He is in charge of all things. And that is a good thing. The last verse is Romans 8:28, which most of us know, and it says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Things don't always seem good to us, but the assurance that we know that He works all things for a good purpose, again, should be comforting to us. And so I'm going to leave you with a little surprise that Richard and I had this morning when we got to this adorable little airport. We thought we had a connecting flight from here to Philadelphia and then from Philadelphia home to Fort Myers. That is what I thought I booked. My boarding pass says flight on it. But when we got here, we found out We're not exactly flying to Philadelphia. We are taking a bus ride to Philadelphia. Bus like as in Greyhound. I'm not sure if it's Greyhound because the bus has not gotten here yet, but it's definitely not an airplane, and that's what we thought we were doing. Richard told me life with me is always a surprising adventure, and I guess for all of us it is. But what we do know is who holds our future. And there is where our comfort and peace lies. And I hope it does with you too. And that, my friends, is this week's Time Out Tuesday. And I do hope to see you all next week from Naples, Florida. God bless you all.